Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 640. I am your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Hello, Matt.
Howdy.
This week's going to be a little different. If you caught last week's episode on Fighting Force, and you should have, you'll know that we are done ranking video games for the year. We went out with a real winner. Um,
A whimper, maybe?
no, winner. There might be a
Oh,
disconnect.
yeah.
Yeah, winner.
My vocabulary is not
Um,
good enough, I guess.
we had a gap week to fill and thought about putting another game in, but weren't sure which one. What's an easy thing to kind of put together? And then I was reminded of an episode of Brad and Will Made a Tech Pod from Brad Shoemaker and Will Smith, who have a tech podcast. Um, they did an episode earlier this year called, oh man, it was like the something about the hacker survivor guide or something like that. But in that episode, they went back to an issue of Wired from like 30 years ago, and they just kind of looked through the issue of the magazine, read it, talked about some of the stuff that was in there, and it was a fun episode to listen to. And I thought, I've got a podcast. We need content. Why not use somebody else's content? But this one I think works on a couple of different levels. So we picked an issue from 25 years ago because Matt, I don't know if you know it, but it's been 25 years since Y2K. We went back to December of 2000 to make sure that we were doing something exactly 25 years ago as this episode goes up. Um, and for me, like 25 years ago, we just did our PS2 anniversary episode 633. We did our Games of the Century episode 628. So we're sort of stuck in this quarter anyway. But thinking about 2000, this point specifically, we're still before GameCube and Xbox launch. We're before Dreamcast really dies, and we're post PS2's launch. So I felt like December 2000, obviously for a lot of reasons, makes sense, but also it's just an interesting point in the history of video games to go back to. And what we landed on was Game Informer issue 92, which ended up having a little bit of a unintentional intentionality. I was just poking around for which magazines to maybe pull into this. And you and I are both proud subscribers of Game Informer as of, when was that? June ish?
That sounds about right. It was right before we recorded our middle of the year, because that was like one of two good things we talked about amongst all the
Right, right,
crap.
right. Right. They came back and Giant Bomb had gone independent, and the Switch 2 was fine.
I don't even think we said the Switch 2 at the time.
I don't think so either. Um, but yeah, Game Informer had died in August of 2024, and that was kind of it. And then it was somewhere in like March that they sort of started teasing that, hey, maybe we're not dead after all. And then officially announced it, I think, in April. Um, and then you could become a subscriber again in, I think, June, if not May. And we just talked about it in June. But yeah, we both jumped in and we've been getting the physical magazines. How have you liked getting a physical magazine in the mail in 2025?
It kind of gets buried a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, they collect dust after an initial like flip through, and I
yeah.
forgot why I don't do this. But no, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'll keep getting them, because what I might end up doing, I haven't done it yet. I've been threatening to do it. I haven't done it yet. I work in like an office space with like people that have some similar interests to me than video games and stuff like that. So I think they might get well used there as like a communal
Yeah.
like flip through to see some articles or whatever after I
Yeah.
do
I
it.
think it's fun for that. Yeah. I've been a little bit more intentional with reading them, although I've not, I think they're still like half of two of them I need to get through. But I tried to like make it a point where like when I got them, maybe not right away, but like that week in the mornings over coffee, just like read a couple pages and be excited about magazines again. But they do ultimately, it's blurred out, but they end up in a magazine rack back there, and
I think I
that
tried
is
that for the first issue, and it didn't help that the first issue was Borderlands 4, and I could not give two
yeah,
fucks
it
about that
no
game.
no, but I read the whole cover story on Vampire
The Masquerade 2.
Blood the Masquerade 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like to the point where I was like, I'm gonna buy this game in October. And I didn't, but that preview really almost tipped me over the edge. But yeah, it's been fun. I also I still buy random old magazines when I can, and um another big one, the Kickstarter just ended for the sixth issue of A Profound Waste of Time, which is called a video game magazine, but it's really a video game book. Like it is articles within it, but it's a thick guy, and really nice, like bookish paper. Um, but those are, those are two still out there. And I also, sorry, I completely forgot. I also signed up for Nintendo Force is the name of it. When this happened when the Switch 2 was coming and with Giant Bomb ending, I remember thinking, this is again before Giant Bomb brought themselves back. But I remember thinking like, man, is everything that we like or could like gonna just die now because nobody's funding it? And I know we always talk about that and like it's not up to us, but it kind of is up to us. And I don't know. So I was like, what do I want? Like, what do I really? And I was like, I like magazines, and I remembered that Nintendo Force existed, and I was super stoked on all the Switch 2 stuff. So I subbed for that, and I that one's pretty inexpensive. If you're listening and you're like, how can I get magazines that aren't that much money? I forget how much it is, but I feel like it's a couple issues each year. It's like six. Like I don't think it's a full set, and then you can do the print. Like I feel like I pay $5 or something, and I get a magazine in the mail every couple months. I'm gonna find out exactly. Is this uh, intriguing at all? Yeah, print subscription, $4.99 per issue, and I think it's like it doesn't say how many issues a year, but it's a good bit. Like I'm getting yeah, so $5 an issue, and that's including shipping. They ship it in a nice plastic bag so that it's protected, which Game Informer also started doing on their return. If you recall, Game Informer, I'd signed up for them as a birthday gift to myself in 2024, and then got the notice that they were being shut down before my first issue had shipped. And eventually it did ship, but by the time it got here, the cover was torn in half, or like the back cover, something like that. It was all bent and destroyed. So when they announced that they were shipping them in these bags, I was like, okay, it'll at least be protected from that theoretically. I did have one of those come completely folded in half in the bag, but alas, what can you do? All right. So we checked out Game Informer issue 92, the cover story Red Faction for this episode. Um, and we'll flip through, take a peek together. We also did scavenger hunts. So we came up with some questions just to sort of like find some weird stuff. That way it's not just like us literally reading a magazine because it'd be a little insane. But yeah, I is there a spot that jumped out to you want to start at?
I genuinely enjoyed the up until like the previews because that's like all the shit of like this classic just throw things at a wall and see what sticks. Because I feel like once you get to the previews, and I have kind of the table of contents up here in the bottom left hand corner, might be kind of tough to see. I can click down a little bit, but like it's the editors forum. Dear GI, the GI spy, which we were fucking talking about days
Yeah.
before going into us recording it, which makes this even better. And then you get some of the news, and then yeah, the previews and the reviews. That's when this thing kind of becomes like a your formulaic
It's
approach in a
very
way.
meat and
Yeah.
potatoes. And like rightfully so, because that's the stuff where like, especially the reviews section. The review section starts on page 86 and runs until 142.
I
And
forgot
like,
just the sheer volume of work that went into just doing every
oh
single
yeah.
review.
Yeah, it's insane. Um now some of these things, like if you think about like some of the games that they review in this, were they finishing every game? Probably not. There's a really good EGM documentary that just got made by. It was a combo effort from GameSack and My Life in Gaming. It's on YouTube called "From Pixels to Pages," and it's about like EGM. They interview a lot of the founders of EGM, or like, the people who were working there in the early days of it, and they did ask, like, you guys were reviewing a ton of stuff. Like, did you play every game? And at first, like a couple of the talking heads are like, yeah, yeah. And then it was just sort of like, well, look, like if I felt like I could get a sense of what this game was in a few hours, I felt like that was good enough. And like, yeah, okay. And like you look back and it's like, yeah, were they really like every month? I know they had a pretty, especially in Game Informer's case, by the time we're in 2000, magazines are hot. This is still a hot way to get news about video games out there. Um, and they've got what, one, two, three, four, five people on console reviews and two on the PC team. So like, it's reasonable that they probably could have played all of these to completion, but also like, I don't know, if they didn't finish, how
Oh
do you
yeah,
finish Ready to Rumble boxing?
yeah. Like there's that. You have all of the. I mean, we'll talk more in details about the review section, I guess. But like, there is the three-way battle for supremacy in wrestling in this article with like the granddaddy of wrestling games as well in this
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Um, across some consoles as well, because Backstage Assault was on N64 and PS1, so you get two reviews of that.
right, right.
Like it's so bizarre. But then like, oh, let's just throw Final Fantasy 9 in there. Like the
A
thing that
whole
someone did,
guide for that, and oh, and the review, yeah, yeah, yeah,
but the thing is, each of these reviews has their quote unquote second opinion. So two people hypothetically play through enough of this game and then went on to play through all the other crap. And there's some lengthy things. That, I think a Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 is somewhere in the PC section
yeah. That was
as
in
well as
there.
oh, what's the excuse me oh, it's like the lady detective game. I can't remember the name of it now. We'll get
No
there.
one
But yeah,
lives forever.
yes, like that's a longer
Yeah,
game. There's a Dune game
yeah.
that seems to be a longer game. Like there is so much of like these like 30-hour plus experiences, and it's just like I don't know.
Pokemon Silver and Gold are in this
Yeah,
issue.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
yeah,
nuts. But no, so to your initial point though, like yeah, I think all of that fun stuff, like as you're reading up through news and whatnot, and all the other sections, like yeah, it is very much like it felt good to be back in this era, not just from like seeing the stuff for nostalgia's sake, but like yeah, like seeing the way they put this stuff out, like what they felt was worth getting a quarter of a page versus just a paragraph or so. Like there's yeah, a lot of elements of that. Um, do you want to jump into the cover story and just kind of go over that? Because that's the meat, or should we start with letters? Maybe we start with letters because that's what they started with, right?
yeah. We can get the letters. I'm right here too on the video feed.
Uh,
And I'm going to be kind of slowly scrolling through some of this stuff. So there's something you actually want to read. I'll get up close enough, but feel free to pause the video, I would say. Or subscribe to Game Informer and just read the article along with
Yeah, you
it.
can. So yeah, the reason we're able to do this is because as subscribers, you have access to the entire back
Oh,
catalog,
I
which
screwed up
is
a lot of things. Okay, we're good. I hit full
oh,
screen. We're good. Everything's good.
this one sucked. I read this one and I was like, come on. A stinky situation. Recently I've been hearing rumors about
Yeah.
Sega's Seaman More specifically, the microphone that comes with the game. I've heard reports from numerous people and different websites that people have been renting Seaman with the microphone and before returning the game have been wiping their private parts with the tip of the microphone and in some cases sticking it into places it definitely wasn't intended for. Now, whether or not this is still true still remains to be seen, but it might be a good idea to warn your readers about renting Seaman, just trying to keep America from talking into fecal matter. Steve, I warned ya, Koteki from Anytown, New York. Terrible.
Yeah,
Awful.
yeah,
But also, I feel like this is one of those things that, like, maybe wouldn't have happened until Steve wrote in. Or maybe it did happen with Steve and his friends.
yeah,
He's the,
yeah. He started it and was like, I gotta report some news. There's Dookie on a
yeah,
microphone and it's mine.
man, terrible, dude.
I did get a
Um,
laugh about Milwaukee trying to ban Jet Set or Jet Grind, I should say,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
fear of graffiti around town.
Do you want to read through that one?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty much the what I said. You know, finally they're starting to make aggro inline. However, only a few hours later, my mom pointed out to me an interesting article in a local newspaper. The article started that the aldermen of my city are moving to try to ban this game here in Milwaukee. They said the game glorifies graffiti and teaches kids to hate the cops.
That's true. It does. I mean, we played that. You hated cops after that, right?
Yep, sure did.
Um, I do like that this guy says we finally get a decent inline game. Like that's the like one, it's not a decent inline game. That's I love Jet Grind, but it's like really tough to play. Like the controls are a little I don't know. It's
It's not
tight.
what you think. Like again, I mean we went at length in an earlier episode about
Yeah.
Jet Grind, but yeah, it's not like Tony Hawk meets rollerblading. It's very much
No.
not that.
Yeah, no. Far from it.
uh, I
Um
did like I know we seem to be going in order, but I did like the next one. The about the Resident Evil Survivor and Styloscope about not using a light gun. I just like the line from the writer from Game Informer that says, "That said, the we think the game sucks with or without a gun controller."
right,
Talking
right,
about
right, right.
Survivor.
Yeah. And Survivor's the one
That's the first
uh
person one. That
what am I? Oh, I'm thinking of Outbreak. What's the one that's tying into Requiem?
that's Outbreak.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
Um
Survivor and Survivor 2 are like the first person ones that are very bad.
yeah. Um the I didn't love the whole or the one was a little like inside Game Informer, but on the next page over second page of questions, some tough questions
Mhm.
by Jacob Rudolph. His first question: I once heard of a portable system called the Sega Nomad. In one of your older issues, you said that it was a six-button system and it could play Sega and it could play Genesis games. How many bits did it have, and how many games? Could it play Game Gear games or Sega Master System games? And how can Sega's games be so bad that a six-button color system is driven out of the market by a black and white two-button 8-bit system Game Boy? Um, I had a Nomad and I loved the Nomad and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that I could pop Genesis carts into the top of it and play them in bed. Like I distinctly remember playing Aladdin on Genesis while watching Aladdin on the TV and thought it was the future. And it turns out that's kind of all we're doing now, right? Like the Sega Nomad kind of figured it out pre-Switch. The thing that they point out here though is it their response says it was compatible with the entire library of Genesis games, but not Game Gear, Sega Master System, 32X, or Sega CD. They probably know and tested and could test, but I do think it's compatible with Master System if you have the adapter, because they put out a Master System adapter on the first gen Genesis so that people could play them. And it was a big up for them over NES and Super Nintendo because they had that like baked right in, like, yo, all those games you bought for your Master System still work. But yeah, this thing takes six AA batteries. They drained very quickly. I remember only being able to play it like plugged into the AC adapter, and I was like 5 or 6 when I had it, and I dropped it. I couldn't have been 5. It didn't come out until I was 6. So yeah, I was 6 or 7. I dropped it, and it scratched the screen, and like it never looked the same. So I didn't have it for much longer after that. But man, that thing ruled. But I think it was the fact that the original Game Boy took two. Well, I guess the original took four, but by the time they put the pocket out and the color, it was two AAA, two AA, and then of course, uh, the Pocket Monsters arrived, and that
Well,
was
it
kind of
wasn't
when you
only
knew
just it was 4 versus 6. It was length of the run
that
of the
too. Yeah,
battery
yeah,
too.
that's a good point. Yeah, the Game Boy batteries lasted quite a while. Um, yeah, the letters are always fun. I love going back in old magazines and seeing what people wrote in. I also love all the artwork that people used to draw, the envelope art. You can tell we're in the. I mean, we kind of always we once it started, it didn't really stop. But you're always kind of in the Goku era of
Oh
things.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Um, this reminds me of the days when you were told you weren't supposed to, but I would, me and friends would. We would trace photos of DBC um, pictures, and then we never. I don't think we ever actually did it, or I never did because I'm not the artist. Even with tracing, I'm not the artist. We were trying to trace DBZ to make it onto Toonami's like art collection little
Oh
montage.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's really good. Did they had explicit rules to not trace? That
I
was their.
believe it said not to trace on like either at the bottom or or whether they said it or not. But yeah, it was like
It's really funny. Um, the other piece I like about the Nomad letter is that like that would never happen today because Jacob Rudolph from Westchester, Pennsylvania, would just type it into the internet and find out like
ChatGPT.
was there a Sega, yeah, like there was a Sega Nomad or there was a Sega console that played stuff like it's as easy as that. But this was like we had to wait. I mean, you he probably could have looked this up online, but it would have been a little bit harder to find any info on in 2000 maybe. But still,
Yeah.
yeah, now there's a Wikipedia page away ready to tell you all about the glory of the Sega Nomad.
Also, next
Um,
page ad for Driver 2 for those that actually got past the first mission in Driver 1. Congratulations.
I did not.
Neither
I'm
did I.
grateful that we rented that one and didn't buy it.
Glad I borrowed it from someone across the street.
Yep, 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 yep. Um, and then
Oh,
yeah, the magazines always had this the GI Spy page. They always had the like just a glimpse at kind of what they're up to around the office or around the industry or wherever they ended up. And like, I think this one has a lot. This issue is like right after they get back from Tokyo Game Show, so there's a lot of TGS stuff peppered in. Um, and yeah, that kind of rolls into their news section.
yep.
Um,
Shocker. Cosplaying was still a thing back then.
I kind of was surprised. Not like surprised, but just like I don't know, like it obviously it's been around, but yeah, I guess it just became a lot bigger now. It's like a
Well,
thing
it's like
now.
photography. Like, you're not walking around the Polaroid anymore. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
this thing.
Everybody's just
This is even the quote unquote best iPhone camera, and it still takes fantastic photos. Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, people were getting it. Um you want to dive into the trivia section?
yeah, I knew none of these. I mean, I got guesses. I got educated guesses on some of them, but there are some that are just
Yeah.
like, oof.
They have the answers at the bottom of the page. So if you're watching at home, do not peek. But if you're listening,
Well,
you
I'm
don't have the
super
option.
zoomed in. They can't even see them, so don't worry about it.
Perfect. Um, I'm not looking at the answers either. So we'll see if we can get these together. I should probably write down our answers so I'm keeping track. All right, number one. In 1976, a company named Fairchild Camera and Instrument electrified the video game. I read that really bizarre. Fairchild Camera and Instrument electrified the video game scene with the first cartridge based system, the Fairchild VES, later named the Channel F. This historic unit came equipped with two games installed on the hardware. What were they? A. Pong and football. B. Quadradoodle and shooting gallery. C. Tic tac toe and doodle. Or D. Hockey and tennis. You have a guess?
I went with Pong because
All
I
right, you
thought
went Pong.
Pong was his own thing before Atari, but just Atari just kind of
Well, then there were Pong clones,
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
but I don't think you're. It's not a bad guess. That was my gut too. I'm gonna go different just for fun. I'll say I'm gonna say tic tac toe and doodle, only because I
Okay,
feel like quadradoodle is like a little too specific, but maybe they. I don't know.
no idea.
All right. Question two. Who was the famous animator who created the Dragon's Lair character Dirk the Daring? A. Mel Blanc, B. Don Bluth, C. Charles Zembias, D. Peter Paulings.
I guess C. I genuinely have no idea. It probably can't be D.
I maybe not. Mel Blanc was a voice actor. I think it's Don Bluth.
Okay,
I like know it's Don
okay.
Bluth. Question three. How many blocks of memory does the standard Dreamcast VMU hold? A 200, B 15, C 50, D 100.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to remember the D2 save screen. And my
Yeah,
gut
yeah, yeah.
was 200.
Yeah, I choose my gut as well. I think it is two because I just got the VMU Pro and I was going through all the transfer stuff and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's two. All right, number four. Uh, there's an image here of a game. It's a it's a black screen with some ASCII art. It says Ultima Online designer Richard Garriott, who created an Apple II game. I'm sorry, created an Apple II game in 1979. What was it? A. The Castle of Lord British. B. Aklabeth. C. Ultimate Dungeon. Or D. Orion Chronicles.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't realize the screenshot went hand in hand with that photo. But I went with D. Again, I don't. I not.
I'm gonna. He goes by Lord British, so I'm gonna guess Lord British, the Castle of Lord British. But I think that's them being funny. I bet you it's something else. It's probably not A, but I'm gonna put A down. Five. In Star Control 2, what was the name of the ancient race that created your starship? A. Zoicoids. B. Thradash. C. Precursors. D. Klingons.
I went with A.
Going A. I'm gonna go B because Thradash is fun to say. Six. What special power did Erdic's armor give your character in the classic NES game Dragon Warrior? A. Increased dexterity. B. Regenerated hit points. C. Granted invincibility. Or D. Granted invisibility.
I had B.
Erdic's armor.
It seemed like a
You
permanent
so you
upgrade.
you say B. I will go with A. No, I'm going C. Invincibility. Because I assume it's temporary, but I don't know. Seven. What six countries were available for play in the NES game Ice Hockey? Um, gosh. All right. A. U.S., Sweden, Poland, Canada, USSR, Czechoslovakia. B. U.S., Canada, USSR, China, Australia, Romania. C. U.S., USSR, Canada, England, Switzerland, Australia. Or D. Mars, Mercury, Venus, Pluto, Saturn, Earth.
So I don't know the answer, but I went with a very educated guess just based off the country selection.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm thinking the same thing. What's your guess?
Mine was A.
Yours is A. All right, I'm going C is my guess. Wait, no, Australia wouldn't have a team.
No.
I'm a fool. I'm gonna change my vote. I'm going A. Australia can still play hockey. Question 8. In the Genesis game Altered Beast, what did the digitized voice say when you started playing? A. Good luck, my friend. B. Find the golden cow. C. Rise from your graves. And D. Reap what you have sown.
I said D,
D.
but
You do
no.
not pay attention to our group chat. No, we had some Altered Beast talk in
I
the group
know,
chat
and
this
it was.
week.
I think there was 60 notifications when I opened it that time. So
No,
yeah,
that was
I think I gave it the
a
cliff
day. I
notes.
remember the day you had stuff going on, and we were going on and on about Sega Genesis stuff. So I get, but yeah, I said the answer in that thread. Rise from your graves should be
Oh,
correct.
that's good.
C. 9 in the Intellivision game Buzz Bombers. Players were armed with a can of bug spray. The goal was simple: kill the bees and destroy their honeycombs and hives. This war was not fought alone, though. You had an ally that helped remove honeycombs. What was it? A fly swatter, a Venus flytrap, a hummingbird, or an armadillo?
Again, I kind of went educated guess. I went with D because it says a
You going to
character, or you have an ally, and it seems
an
like they
ally?
are
Yeah,
like another entity. A fly swatter
sure.
seems like a second thing. Venus flytrap does not eat bees, so it's either between C and D.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go see. Number 10, last question. Considered the first head-to-head fighting game, Karate Champs Kung Fu was absorbed by the arcade and NES crowd. Who developed it? Data East, Game Tech, LJN, or GameStar? Karate Champ.
I just assumed LJ never made a good game, so I went with B.
My gut was uh, Data East, so A. All right, let's see how we fared. All right, number one was D, so neither of us got
Was it the
that.
Paul? Was that the Paul Lines one? Oh no, hockey and tennis.
Number
Hockey and
one
tennis.
was yeah. Hockey and tennis were the Channel F games. Number two, who was the animator was
I
B.
think you got that one.
Don Bluth. Number three, how many blocks did the
Hey, we
VMU
both were
hold?
right.
Was A. Yep, we both got that. Number four, the name of Richard Garriott's game was B. Aklabeth. Neither of us had that. Number five, what was the name of the ancient race in Star Control 2? It was C, the Precursors.
Oh,
Neither
yeah.
of us had that. We should have guessed that knowing Halo.
That's why I
Not that
didn't
that's.
guess it.
I know. Number six, Erdic's armor gives you regenerated hit points. You
All
got
right,
it.
sick.
Uh, Number seven. Yep. Which six countries are available in hockey? A is correct. Thank you for the point on that one because I piggybacked off you. Number eight, what does he say in Altered Beast? It is C, Rise from Your Graves. Number nine, Buzz Bombers. You have C, a hummingbird friend. I got that on pure guess. Same logic as you, but number 10, who created Karate Champ? A, Data
Oh heck
East.
yeah, you got that one too.
Guessing. Pure guessing. So it looks like you are a crab apple,
Sick.
according to this Game Informer ranking. And I am a Hair?
Yep. Sick.
Very good. Got it. Congratulations to us. Trivia. Um, yeah. All right, let's take a look at the cover story before we dive into our scavenger hunt. Um, the Red Faction is the game for the month. Did you play Red Faction when
I
it came
never
out?
have.
I remember renting it, but I also don't remember if we played two or one. Um, yeah, this was intriguing. Like they were really going for something, and the logic of it too, that Red Faction would be like the game to break the conventions of like suspending your disbelief when playing a video game. Because I think we all did that, right? And we still do. It's like most of the activity. But the big thing here was like, hey, we want to make sure that if you throw a bomb, it doesn't just kill the guy, but it also blows up the wall next to him. Um, and it seems like their goal with this was really like just from some of the pull quotes and things to make something that was dynamic and felt fresh each time you played it. So if you replay the campaign or you talk to your friend about the campaign, like you could have had two different experiences. Um, that said, like reading through it and looking at the like screenshots and stuff, none of it looks familiar. And I feel like maybe what I'd played most was the multiplayer from this.
Mm.
But yeah, do you remember much of Red Faction from back then? Talk around it or
No, probably I don't know more about it to what, like two or three? There's three of them, right?
yeah. And then there's like the weird like PS3 era where they did like I forget the name of that one they brought back like when THQ was really trying to like figure out what they were doing. Yeah.
Oh, right. Refraction. There's Gorilla and Armageddon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Refraction Battlegrounds. Refraction Armageddon. Armageddon was the last one. So yeah, probably around. Probably not so much Refraction 2, but like around Gorilla. That's probably when I like,
Yeah.
oh, these are these games. Okay. But it is nuts, like reading through this and just how like groundbreaking environment destruction is. And I like the one
Yeah.
quote where it's like, I can't remember if it was in the article or it was one of the pool quotes that they brought out, but it's like, oh, this we already don't kind of care about the story. Like, if you two people are talking, want to run ahead and kill people, go for it, and then come back. You can kill them too. Who cares? Like,
Yeah. Like it's funny like you see that sort of in parallel with Deus Ex kind of giving you the freedom to do whatever, not necessarily in the environment kind of, but like,
right? Yeah,
they really just they figured it out, but
yeah. I
we
like.
were all pushing tech to like go to the next level.
I just assume it's one of those games where it's like, man, how can they like pull that off? But it's like Portal 2. When you think of it, it's like, oh man, Portal's just everywhere. But then the game does a great job of disguising its rules to make it these stage based things.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like that, which is still cool. But like, I don't know. There's games that try to claim this today and don't do it to a full extent. Like, remember when Rainbow Six Siege was first revealed and you could go through any part of that floor, and then when he came out,
Right,
it was
right,
just
right.
the X on the floor you could go through. Like,
Yeah.
we're still trying to
But
pull that off. So,
they're like, yeah, games are still trying to do that, but also like games are still not chasing that. There are games who are setting out to do that and failing, and then there's games that just like aren't doing it at all, and it's still fine. But like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Metroid Prime 4, there's so many things where I'm like, I could jump there. I'm literally jumping there. Why you just want me to wait until I have the thing? All right, I'll wait till I have the thing. Oh, it needs a strong blast. Oh, it needs a stronger blast than what I have now. I got it. I got it. But three of these definitely wouldn't do it, right? Okay, you say so. I don't know. This kind of made me want to play Red Faction though. What about you?
Same.
Yeah, it's. I was like, is it too late to sneak this on the list next year, or what does that look like? I don't. I don't know. Um, outside of the Red Faction feature, were there any other features flipping through this that like really stuck out to you?
um, I thought the holiday Dune Doles was stupid. Just
Yeah, I
stupid.
didn't. Yeah, it like had potential to be okay, but they really leaned into the character, and I didn't love it.
I guess there's not really too many different features past the cover
No,
story, right? I
no,
thought it
there weren't
was
a lot.
interesting reading about like when he did the interview with the what was it Palisade or whatever, Mike Horn,
Yeah, yeah,
like how they like kind of reading through the interview and seeing like, kind of how they land on stuff and how they get the figures kind of to life or at least jumpstart that process.
yeah. Like
That was kind of cool.
and like choosing which things to do what with. Like
Yeah,
he this is the one where he called out the Parasite 2 lunch boxes. Um, and like yeah, so many things like within that article. This one's what's the name of the article there?
I blew by it. Plastic
From
Fantastic.
Plastic Fantastic. Yeah, like just talking about video game toys and the production of them and like kind of seeing the process or hearing the process of how that stuff happens is cool. Um,
Yeah,
I think
space.
any of that like Red Faction has a little bit that article like just talking to the devs and hearing like
Yeah.
how the stuff is made, but like back then like it was magazines like this going into details like this where you're like, "Oh, this is like a job. Like you could do this one day." This is like these don't just show up from somewhere. They're people are actively making these things.
Yeah, Space Channel 5 got love too on the bottom of that.
Yeah, right? Pretty good.
I would never thought a million years they had figures for that game. Maybe
No,
I
I mean a lot of the games that they did grab like
I'm just used to the tasteful Final Fantasy ones that I see advertised via Wario 64.
yes,
like
incredibly
like when I
tasteful.
saw like when I saw Jill in sketches, I'm like, although that's not in the tasteful category, I was like, yes, of course there's a Jill
Yeah.
from Resident Evil
I will
3.
say there's a little bit, but there's less than I thought there'd be in terms of like crazy sexualization in the magazine. It's still there. Like the
Oh, I meant more so just in the
toys. Yeah, yeah,
toys.
no,
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
there was not a
No,
lot
but
of that at
you're
all.
reminding me that like going back to some of these old magazines, like God, dude, there were
Oh, that's all right.
so
Go
many of the things
flip.
in the 90s.
We blew right by it after the cover story. There it is.
The Fear Effect one.
Yeah.
Yeah, murder and mayhem interrupted by frequent dressing and undressing.
Yep.
Really leaning into that one scene from Fear Effect 1 to advertise the sequel. Plus, yeah, open shirt cleavage. This era though, like so much, man, like you would just look at a the number of times I've seen just flipping through pages the like half naked Lara Croft and it's like advertising like Game Shark or one of those things and it's like we've got the code, man. You want the code? You know that code? We got it. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Why don't we dive into the scavenger hunt
Yeah.
of stuff? So this was just sort of like, hey, there's a ton in here. Again, like reading through this live on the podcast would be boring for everybody. Um, but maybe we could spice it up by finding some stuff. So, yeah, you want to read out our first category?
Yeah. The find 5 games you've never heard of.
Yeah. Um, I I got a spread. I'm gonna let you go first. Hit me with one. We can kind of volley it back and
So I
forth.
mean, there's a ton. I
I
think you'll
know.
see your list. My list go from like just obscure, then me quickly realizing I got the 5 easily. And I was like, what are the ones that like I probably should know that I didn't know existed? So
Hmm.
first off, cue ball billiards master, very early
Oh,
one,
I had that one written down too. Yeah,
page
page
9.
9.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I got to look at this one again. Never. This was another one too where I was kind of like, all right, like it's not overtly sexual, but they're definitely leaning into that perspective. Like they're trying to sell this to
What, you've never
young
watched
men.
professional pool on ESPN? Man, all the ladies are there. Like that.
I
In the nightclubs.
uh I like the top right image, the play alone with a
I
or with a
saw that.
friend, and like that guy's face just all right,
That doesn't look too far removed from what you get now trying to import your face in 2K.
dude. That do you remember the nightmare they did for me?
Dude, you can still do it. Every game. It doesn't get any better.
Oh bad. Yeah, no, I'd never heard of this one at all. Um, and published by Take Two,
That makes
never on
sense.
mobile.
Rockstar table tennis? Yeah, sure. Or I guess that might be
Yeah,
before. Is that
it might be. Yeah,
before?
I think it might be. I have. All right, do we have? No, the next one I've got like kind of jumps. Oh, you know what? I've got one on page 21.
Oh, I'm almost there. Whoops. Oh, yeah, Evergrace. That's on my list, too. That
Yeah,
is a
dude,
From
like
Software game.
I know. So like, okay, I remember a couple years back when I was getting like way into PS2 that I was like looking back at some stuff and I saw there was one called Eternal Ring, maybe?
Yes, I'm aware of that game, at least.
That's a From game. And I remember being like, how many games have they made? And I remember like digging through and looking at all the stuff that From made that just like is completely forgotten to time. And even still, even having done that and feeling like I got some weird ones, like remember I put Otogi on the list this year?
Yep.
Like I still scrolling through this magazine, I'm like, what is Evergrace? Wait, and I saw Age Tech on the cover, and I'm like, they published all the From stuff, didn't they? Scroll down to the bottom, there it is. No clue.
So funny. Um, and then right before that, on page 18, Hybrid Extreme Racing for PlayStation 1.
Dude, like, what even is this?
Race, well, let me tell you, okay? It's race with what's under the hood, win
Mm.
with what's strapped on top. And
Oh,
that,
that's how it
and
goes.
that's Hybrid Extreme Racing. Is that Mattel Interactive there at the bottom left? I don't think I noticed that when I originally saw
Yeah,
this.
it is. Yeah,
Funny.
you can customize your car, and then they've got portal transformation to change in between.
Land,
Uh,
sea, and air. Dude, they were doing
yeah,
it before fucking Sonic was,
before
dude.
Sonic. Yeah, take it to the extreme. Modify, then race one of 8 customizable cars through some of the toughest tracks. Why is there a, a footnote there? You see that, or is that an exclamation point that just looks weird?
Oh,
I
it's an
think it's an exclamation.
exclamation. That's an exclamation point.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, Mattel Interactive. All
wild.
2000. All rights reserved.
My next one, I think we can jump to page 85.
Which one?
So Roswell conspiracies.
You said
Had
85?
never heard of this. Yeah. Hold on. I'm scrolling there now myself to see if I got the right.
On 85 at Project Eden and Shadow of Memories.
Oh, I wrote down the the wrong page. Shoot. 87. I'm sorry.
87.
Wait. Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
it's Roswell.
number. Yeah,
I
in
have
the bottom
87.
right of the magazine, it's 85, but
Oh,
the
yeah, sorry.
I see. I
Okay.
see. I see. Yep. Um, yeah, Roswell conspiracies. I looked this one up to see like did it even come out, and it did, but it got canceled for N64, and it's also based on a TV show. It's like a kids cartoon or something.
Yeah, so same thing. This is another one. I'm like right there with you. No idea what it was. And then I saw the art when I had the animated series is ready to go, yet it may never air or whatever. And then I saw kind of like had that like that weird, at least on the N64, kind of had it was going for that Superman kind of like weird art style a little bit
Yeah.
there. Where again, I think it has really good faces, but the rest of it fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not great.
Dreamcast
Dreamcast one
looked
doesn't look
weird.
bad
It
though.
looked
Yeah,
like in a good weird kind of way.
yeah. I
But
think that one released. So if you're interested in picking it up and playing it,
all right. I'm actually gonna go right above you on the same page. So this is where like, should I know this game? And I don't know this game.
yeah.
They made Mario
Sonic
Party
Shuffle.
Sonic style.
I didn't know about this game until a few years ago when I got my Dreamcast and was looking into like what should I get, and Sonic Shuffle was something where people were like, you could you could do that. Uh, I've still not played it. I did not end up picking it up, but I forgot about it. If that counts for anything. Um, Now, do you think you'd like this one more than Mario Party?
That's doubtful. We'll leave it at that.
um, Let me see. I don't know if we hit.
I have
Whatever.
two more left. Or no, I had six. Never mind. I stopped.
Yeah, I wrote. I have like 8, so we can. Uh,
Oh, I didn't write down the
are any of yours in like the near page ranges? Because some of my next ones are like end of the book.
No, but I can search easily. And now that I know
All right.
to adjust for the.
I've got. Let's just go to 162. Um,
We're talking GameStop or sorry, Game Informer 162, right? The bottom of it.
Game Informer 162. On the thing it says 166, 167.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Skitchin for the Sega Genesis. This is in their classic reviews section where they're just kind of like going
Yeah.
reviewing old games and filling out the magazine a bit. But yeah, I had no idea that Skitchin was a game where you're uh grabbing a car and
This
riding
looks like the
along.
behind the back version of like the beginning of Back to the Future on NES.
I that makes sense. Yeah. Like you can
And
do
I
this
didn't
in
just
like
say
Tony
that
Hawk
because it's the
4.
second line either. I just realized it said that.
Oh god, look at yeah. But like never knew this existed. I don't know what
What a
and
weird.
they're saying Skitchin was an excellent spin-off of the Road Rash series. Had no idea this was
Oh.
even related or yeah.
Well,
They
good
gave it
news
an
for you.
8.5.
It's owned by Saudi Arabia. So with some AI, they might be able to
Um
regenerate.
Perfect. Thank you, Electronic Arts.
I have no idea where it was in the preview section. So once I get back to previews, I'll find it. Oh god, I
I
forgot
think
to write down
previews like
page numbers like a goon over here.
oh
At
no.
least for this
I
one.
got
Oh,
previews in like starting in the 60s to 80s.
on 58, 59 on the website, 57 if you're looking at the physical. Sea Dogs. I don't know why.
Oh
Just Sea
yeah,
Dogs.
dude. No clue. Like what are we doing? It's a
right next
pirate
to
game for PC
right next to a Dune game I didn't even realize existed either. But it's like Sea Dogs. I was like, what the fuck? Just a weird generic name.
and it's Bethesda?
Is it? I didn't even see, dude. There's all the minor details I have not looked at on this either. Yeah, like oh, the publisher, the developer is Akella. I don't know who that is.
Dang.
That's funny. Yeah, but the publishing arm of Bethesda.
Really funny. Um and like this was a whole thing and like the thing that's boggling to me is that like I'm not going to say you and I are like experts. But like we know video games. Like we've been around long enough. At this point, like we've seen enough in throwbacks and whatever. Had never heard of like all this stuff. The one that this really I think also gives credence to there was a Video Game History Foundation I don't know what you call it. They published a paper where they looked at the like in totality the number of games that have ever existed. And it was basically like I'm butchering it, but percentage wise, it was like, hey, yes, we're getting a lot of remakes and remasters and all that stuff is happening, and you can play a lot of these games via Nintendo Switch Online or backwards compatibility things or whatever. But the reality is, like, 80% of video games are gone. Like, you can only play them on their original platform, and this is a bad thing, and here's why, and all of that. And like, it's a really good thing. I'll bing it in a minute and tell you how to find it. But you should find it and read it. And I don't donate to the Game History Foundation so they can do stuff about it, I guess. Um,
Um,
but yeah,
I'll end on this one. 60, 67, 65, you're on Game Informer. Silent Hill 2, obviously. Never heard of that one.
no, had never
No,
heard
it's
of that one. No, are you gonna
no. It
pass in,
flip the page back. 63 if you're physically looking at it. Cool Borders Code Alien. I thought I knew every Cool
dude?
Borders game that existed. Obviously I didn't.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Um, I I wrote this one down, but I was saving it for another scavenger hunt question to call it out on my end. But yeah, I had never heard of Code Alien. Like, I thought we had like one, two, three, four, and then there was like a
The
what's
other
a good one
one
called like
the other one's in here is a
2001?
review. The
What's
PS2
it
one's
called?
in. I don't know. I don't remember, but the PS2 one's in here in the review section.
Yeah, and like with that, I was just like, I I know what I know what they are, but no, not at all. There's this one. So I looked this one up. Did you look this one up?
No, I never did. I never got
Cool
around to
Alien,
looking.
Code Alien. I keep calling it Cool Alien. It um it only exists. It was only released in Japan.
Oh, all
So
right.
that's the yeah, that's the reason why. The game availability study explained.
Cool Borders
Um
2001, by the way, is the name of the PS2 game that was
that's
reviewed
okay.
on here.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
no,
yeah.
sorry,
I
PlayStation.
thought I
It's
remembered.
PlayStation. Just PlayStation. I was wrong.
Yeah, PS1 but called 2001 and then yeah. I'm sorry, 87% of classic games released in the United States are out of print. That's the metric. And there's a whole breakdown of like how they got to this math. But yeah, go read that. The game availability study explained on gamehistory.org. Terrible. All this stuff. All this Cool Borders Code Alien. How are we going to play that? Fly to Japan, buy a copy. Um okay, so that was games we'd never heard of at all. What's a game as you were flipping through here where you saw it and you were like, "Oh, dude, I forgot about that one." Besides Red Faction, because I kind of had that for Red Faction.
I'm not gonna say I was excited for it, but like I think just the shock of flipping through this for the first time. Page 6-7 online. Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, dude, Smuggler's
I
Run,
remember
like
seeing so much
Rockstar
about
was
that
just
game, and then it is gone and just died.
yeah, like the hit that they could have had they only Rockstar was trying, man. Um they also like um this is the era of like state of emergency and yeah, they had so many weird
Yeah.
um for me, if we hit up page 143, there's an ad there.
Oh,
Um
I gotta remember that. Remember 78,
147 is the one on the website.
147.
There's an ad there on the right hand side. We got Kessin, which I'd never heard of,
Uh huh.
but the bouncer. I completely forgot about the bouncer. Squares the
Oh yeah.
bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still go back and forth on whether or not we should play that for the list at some point. I don't know.
Um.
I don't know.
Oh, did I say I said 76? Remember 76? Nope, not that. Not I know that game. Next page over. No, sorry, 76 physically. Um, Dark Cloud. Remember seeing all the
Oh,
ads for that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Did they do like an ad?
No, it was a preview. Preview on the left hand
Oh yeah,
side.
yeah. I think I have Dark Cloud on like PS3 or PS4, like the backwards compatibility thing or whatever you could buy, and I've not played it.
I don't know
But
why I don't know why this game like rung so much. I don't know if it's just because like Cloud and Final Fantasy VII, and it was like, oh, this is Dark
oh
Cloud.
yeah,
And I,
no,
like
this
as a
is
kid, I
fun.
don't know why that resonated so much, but yeah, no, I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
that's like a RPG that was pretty well known.
And Sony made so many RPGs in this era. Like they were killing it with just publish anything. That yeah, they're doing a good job. Find three things that feel like they could be headlines today. Was our next piece.
Um, did we start? Oh, find one game. Whoops, I just had a
Wait,
list of
did I?
three. No, I just had a
Oh,
list
if
of
you
games.
oh, no, go ahead. If you
No,
have another one, hit
I
it.
forgot. I forgot about Ready to Rumble boxing. Always think about Knockout Kings or
Oh yeah,
Fight Night or Punch Out, but I never. I forgot that I rented Ready to Rumble boxing like 4 different times, and I hated it every
yeah.
single time after I was done with it.
It's clunky. It's a weird one. And they made a sequel too for some reason.
Oh shoot! I don't think I ever found a third one. I thought I completed this and I never did. All right. Well, I'll start. Um, Resident Evil film resurfaces.
I had that on my list too. Yeah, this is definitely a headline that could be out today. And I'm gonna just double up, and the one right above it, Tomb Raider
Film.
film on track. I feel like could also be a headline today. Um, yeah, it was this page 20 in the book.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because like literally that headline probably came out right after Weapons because what's his
yeah,
name, Zach Krager or whatever his name
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, like he's working on it. So now like pivot, he's like, all right, now we're on track after
I,
Weapons.
I fully that, and I just saw like this week that they confirmed the uh Game of Thrones. I don't remember her name. Sophie Turner.
Oh yeah, Sansa.
That
Oh, did you ever
she's
watch? You never watched Game of Thrones, did you?
I watched the first season. And then the second one I was like, I think I'm good. Yeah, Sophie Turner is Lara Croft.
Oh right, yes, I knew that. I thought you were talking about
I
Resident
just
Evil
saw
for
that
some reason.
headline. No, no, no.
Yeah,
So but
that's.
just like
I feel like
seeing
that's been
both
a
the
thing.
I think it was rumored for a bit
Oh,
and
maybe.
then
Yeah.
now it's like finally confirmed or maybe let's find out if that's real.
Yeah, I feel like her divorce with Joe Jonas, and
Oh.
then like Tomb Raider were like bang bang.
Oh dang. Oh, I guess this was officially reported in September. So more it is older than I thought. But I guess this week the breaking story is that Sigourney Weaver might be joining the movie.
Oh.
That's why it's making headlines. Either way, Resident Evil and Tomb Raider still making movie headlines in 2025, 25 years later. Um,
Oh,
Speaking of which,
never mind. They
another
got divorced in
news
2023. That was not bang bang. Sorry. Just a
close enough.
pop culture.
Maybe the rumor's been around long enough that you know, if you turn a page, well, one, there's another game on the right side, that ad that I've never heard
Yep.
of in my life.
Yeah.
But two, on the left side, you've got more survival horror on Dreamcast. I know that this is obviously not a headline that would happen today, but the simple idea that Capcom is porting all of its games to a platform, that rung with me of just like, yeah, there's a new platform and Capcom's going to dump a bunch of stuff on it. Like we're seeing all those Resident Evil games hit Switch 2 this year. The Path of the Goddess, Kunitsugami, I think is what it was. That one hit. I feel like there's another Capcom. They just kind of boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
all these
Put them
came
all
out
on
on
Switch
GOG.
2. That too. Yeah, like these games are not out of the conversation
So
25 years later.
funny enough, the second one I have noted, and that's the last one I have because I forgot to find the third one. But right to the right,
Yeah,
there is
and
a
the good, bad, the
line.
ugly.
Yeah, in the first ugly, there is a line that says Nintendo is sending the owners of 55 Pokemon related domains to court for trademark infringement.
I almost wrote that one down, and I was like, "There's no way Matt doesn't have that one. Let me not take that one." Yeah, dude. Like, You could have plucked that out of yesterday. 100%.
uh,
Um, Now, in terms of headlines that feel dated, um, I have actually, while we're on this page, if you scroll to the bottom, one, two, third paragraph under loose talk,
mm-hmm.
um, word has it Crave Entertainment is trying to land the Razor license to bring a level of authenticity to its upcoming Scooters game. Like,
Yep.
could not have a more dated, but you kind of could.
Well, that's right. Two
I,
down.
yeah. With Vince McMahon's hard hitting XFL just a few months from prime time, the WWF phones have been ringing off the hook with developers interested in creating games based on this league. Midway, Arena Football, NFL Blitz sounds like a match.
The
Yeah,
other
dude, no.
thing, so that was like the news piece, but I also noted the quiz for the naughty or nice on page 48. I feel like it says that kind of stuff just dated in magazines nowadays.
Yeah, it
Unless
very
you're
much
reading
so.
reading what's like a GQ, like one of those like more
Yeah.
of those things. I think have those dumb quizzes, but um, yeah, I just don't think you see a lot of them anymore.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, this felt like something like, yeah, we got to fill the bottom third. Like, what do you got?
But
Let's
it's
do a
already
dumb thing.
shitty article.
Yeah. Uh, Just I'm looking through the questions now. Yeah, not great on that. The other dated thing I noted was page 17.
Oh, I wanted to note. I forgot to go to it. Yeah, this part right here at the bottom is what I was talking about. You said 17.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, 17 and it's 17 on this too. On the right panel under GI News, Crash, Snake, and Abe head to Xbox. I feel like these days we're kind of getting the opposite of, well, I mean, they did buy they did buy Crash technically.
Well, now the headline would say Crash, Snake, and Abe are an Xbox.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah. Um, a weird one. It was definitely weird at the time for all of those franchises
Seeing
to be heading to
Snake
Xbox.
go, I remember that being a big deal when I saw
Yeah,
Xbox got not only the games but like their like 1.5s of those titles was like really
yeah,
weird because I think they like were exclusive there first and then came back to PlayStation 2 if I remember right. I might have that
that
wrong.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, any other dated headlines you took note of?
No, that was all I had for that.
So you are given the opportunity to time travel back to December 2000, and you've got this in your hand. Money's no object. Looking through this magazine, what what do you want to buy?
So obviously, I think the correct answer here is probably a Dreamcast, right? Because just to see the amount of
Probably.
stuff that came out on Dreamcast. But I wrote down just being going back and being and living in the moment for Final Fantasy IX.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because this magazine, I mean, obviously, Red Faction is the cover story, but like everything, the art in the very beginning of this magazine has a lot of, I think Vivi is the character's name.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then like Final Fantasy IX gets a whole page. The game of the month going into the review section is Final Fantasy IX. It has a massive write up with tons of screens. This has the walkthrough, which is a walkthrough in parentheses. And I read the first paragraph of that. They were like, look, we just assume you have the RPG stuff down. This is the stuff we think you're going to struggle on each disc.
Yeah. And they have
Um,
like a full breakdown of like per disc, like what
I didn't read it
like
because I'm going to eventually play this game. But like, yeah, I just like being. I don't think I appreciated Final Fantasy releases back in the day as a kid.
no, I definitely didn't either. Um and they were like an event, especially after seven, they were
Yeah.
an event. Um yeah, Dreamcast is probably the right answer. I think you're right. I wrote down page 135. $39, which yeah, on the website is 143. There's a Funko Land ad for Nintendo stuff.
Oh,
And just like I have this stuff. Like it's not like I don't but like I just want to be able to go back and buy a Game Boy Color brand new for $70 or a Nintendo 64 for $100 brand. Like it's seeing the prices of a brand new video game console and being like, yeah, like can you imagine right now if you could walk into a store and just spend $70 on a Game Boy?
no.
Like I would
What's wild is the thing I took from this ad the first time I saw it when flipping through was just how much Nintendo N64 prices of games were just all over the place. Like Hey You Pikachu being more expensive than a Game Boy, or
I know.
almost as
Well, that one
expensive
did
as
come
the
with the
N64.
microphone.
I know it did, but
But
like
yeah.
just still.
No, I didn't yeah, the it's $15 off from the console itself. That's a good point. Yeah. And they don't have a price on Majoni's mask. I wonder if that one's meant to be $39.99 with 007.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it. That's my rule of thumb.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, the Pokemon's got the $5 tax too. They're $5 over the rest of those Game Boy games. Take that, Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, I don't think they're. Oh no, because Pikachu has a date. That's further out. I wonder if that expected to be available has something to do with
Oh,
it.
is that under
Yes, it says
Zelda?
expected to be available, but it says 10/26, so
I see, I see.
it should be out by the time this you get this magazine, even if it's late
Yeah, but they
November.
would have yeah, they would have pushed it to printer in October though. So that makes sense why it's a full
Oh,
price.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Yeah, dude. Just an era gone. And it's the thing now where like I kept telling myself I'd buy another Switch Lite when they dropped to like $100, but I don't think they're gonna. But I just want to walk in, buy one, and keep it in the box and put it away. Not touch it at all. Just have it for safekeeping. But
Yeah.
I think that's easier said than done. What was your favorite ad in here?
Um I'm going to go to page 46. I actually have two things noted. I think there's an obvious one. I'm going to save that for a second. But page 46 has a game called Tycho RC, which is
Oh yeah.
like kids, like cars, like little
Mm-hmm.
toys. But the ad slogan is flip off your friends. Like a game very much probably for little kids with the slogan flip off your
Rated
friends.
E for everyone.
It's like it's Mattel again. Here comes Mattel again. I don't
The
know. I just found that hilarious.
I wonder
Like
if
the
that
rest of
game
the
made
ad stand are fair. Like it's just the slogan with the type of game this is.
yeah.
Oh, also it says
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
even notice the thing in the corner. Assault with the battery.
Right, like
What are we
what are you
doing?
doing? That was a good one. Uh they're also calling out smoke on the left-hand side. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but
Smoke your opponent in battle mode.
yeah, they
That's not bad. Compared to the rest of this. That's not bad.
compared to the rest, no, that's easy. I cannot find what page was it? I wrote it down. Page 118 is what I have. Uh,
The extreme sports one.
yeah, Extreme Sports. Another game had no idea this existed.
No.
But what I love about this is the more I looked at it, the more I was like,
Yeah.
this ad's ridiculous, but more like the behind the scenes of it. Like, this was like several people's lives for like at least a month, right? Like, you've got to do a casting call for 18 to 24-year-old males. You've got to figure out what the set's going to be. You've got to get costumes involved. You get all this stuff set up. You got to make sure that guy's up there on his bike. Like, there's all of this that goes into it. Like, unless they really did just like grab a bunch of people and throw them in, but like, chances are this is an ad agency who brought all these people in to do this stuff, to take a picture, and then like,
There's no way they just go somewhere and pick up all these people in hockey helmets, bikes, at a half
right.
pipe with skateboards, and then the random kid in the front.
Yeah, no, not at all. But so then like just thinking through the logistics of like knowing what goes into stuff like this, you're like, oh man, like
But
all of this for that. No offense to extreme sports, but like for a game I don't remember at all. I don't. Do you remember this one?
no, it's on the Dreamcast though.
I, and like, where are they now? What are they doing? I don't know. This one stuck out to me. You have another one you said?
Yeah, I mean, I can't not mention the 3-page ad for 2 words, Shenmue.
Yeah, that was another top notch. Okay, was it 2 words Shenmue or
Oh, you
two
know
words
what?
Shenmue
I think
Dreamcast?
it is Shenmue Dreamcast, and I'm looking at this again. But at the
But I
time,
was laughing. I did the same thing as you. I'm just looking at it now and I'm like, maybe?
Shenmue.
I was like, yeah, 2 words Shenmue. I got it. Stupid.
Hey, the URL says Sega.com/Shenmue, not Sega.com/Shenmue Dreamcast. You know?
I'm gonna find out if that still works.
It should take you to number 3. Is there
Big blue page. Big blue page. Not found. Turns out this page doesn't exist. That's their
what?
404.
Well, it's
Oh.
down because we might date this a little bit. It's down because it's about to get released. It's about to get revealed at the Game Awards.
Exactly. Exactly.
Shenmue 4, baby,
Um
coming in hot. That's the thing in the desert.
there it is. Yeah, that's the one statue. As you were reading through this, what was something that made you stop and go, wait, what is that?
The Seaman, the
Oh, the
microphone
poop
thing.
microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was page 80. So yeah, I think, yeah, 3 pages after the Shenmue ad. On the left-hand side, you've got the surfing H3O preview,
Yep.
and then they have this surfboard peripheral for the controller.
Yeah.
I think it's real.
The innovative
Like,
surfboard controller uses your DualShock to simulate real surfing.
I don't know. I kind of want to try it, but
Went from never hearing of the game to being sold not only on the game but said peripheral.
I,
Probably someone 3D print that now. You don't even need to buy that.
that's true. You're
Because
not
I'm just
wrong.
assuming it is like a stick cover.
It has to be, yeah. I can't imagine. Unless you're meant to just like hold it on there, loose style.
No, it specifically says the innovative surfboard controller uses your DualShock to simulate real surfing.
Yeah. Yeah, the most striking feature is the blah, 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 which attaches to the DualShock's analog sticks.
Wait, right to the
Yeah,
left of that, though, that little sentence, the graphics are a little spotty at this point, but Rockstar has promised to pull out the sex wax and buff the polys to a brilliant sheen before its American release.
classic.
Yep.
So who's ASCII's developing it, and then Rockstar's going to publish it in America? Bizarre. Uh, I'm gonna look that one up to see if it ever came out and if that thing came with it. Um, but why don't we jump to previews since we're here? Was there something in previews that made you go, "Oh, I want to play that game"?
Oh, the on page 66, I'm about to butcher the hell out of this. Kekikukan Pro Baseball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Is this who made this? Konami or Square? Oh,
Squaresoft.
Square. Bizarre.
Yeah. It was that. I didn't even read the preview. I just saw the screens. I was like, this looks fucking weird. And then I saw Squaresoft, and I was like, I don't even need to read a preview. Like, I'm here.
Yeah, like I knew Konami was into baseball games, but not Square. I guess in that era, you got money, just go for it.
Right. Also,
Um,
well, you go. You go.
oh, I gotta find. I think I'm a few pages back. Well, there's Cool Borders Code Alien.
Yeah.
Was that? Um, I think 2 pages before that one. Skies of Arcadia on Dreamcast.
Mm,
I remember this game.
Yep.
But seeing the preview and seeing them call it From Fantasy Star to the Heavens, I was like, oh yeah, I should play Skies of Arcadia at some point. Um,
Yeah, you got the Zelda
I'd never,
looking chick too
yeah,
in the corner.
yeah, like this one, it was like a big RPG for Sega. I think they put it out on GameCube. I'd never heard of it until Sonic All Stars Racing,
Mm-hmm.
where there was a stage from it. But yeah, um,
You're telling me you're not interested in Sea Dogs, dude?
yo, I'm
I,
not interested in Sea Dogs.
I will say I read the Gran Turismo 3 preview. I was like ready to turn on Gran Turismo at the.
That was that's the last one I took note of was GT3. I was just like, I kind of like the cars look so
They
good, the way
do,
they wrote
man.
about the
This is a
game.
PS2. These cars look good.
Yeah, no, I very much was like, I gotta grab a copy of Gran Turismo because I don't think I have this on PS2 anymore or ever. I might have just rented this, and I did return it to Blockbuster, unlike Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Yeah,
Looking at.
yeah, old magazine previews, like it's fun seeing what they thought of a game before it came out, whether or not it was like, like I don't know that Evil Dead came out to be a good game. It probably didn't, because we
It
don't hear about
mixed
it at all now.
reviews.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
It's also weird because
Um,
I'm pretty sure. Remember when I said it was when we talked about the what was it 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2, and I said I
yeah.
played Unreal Tournament on page 92. I think is the review for the Unreal Tournament that I played as my first
Oh, that's a
game
good
on the
point.
console, which
Yeah.
is like cool as hell.
Well, looking at while you're in reviews, are there any reviews that stuck out to you
That
for?
Unreal Tournament one was like, I think that was the one. I think that was the
Yeah.
one. But yeah, just the sheer amount of reviews. I know I said this at the top, but just the sheer
Yeah.
amount of them is crazy. And then I take just in general taking note of the second opinion. I kind of like that as an idea, especially when you have so many editors, as I'm sure as you kind of mentioned earlier, as I'm sure they did at the time.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't read like every single paragraph, but it was fun to go and see the wrestling games of the time and how they kind of talked about each one. Um, because like No Mercy, of course, is like the holy grail. But like SmackDown 2 is a really good game, and they talk about it being a really good game. I never played Backstage Assault, but I guess for good reason, because it reviewed terribly here multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think like you mentioned before, seeing Final Fantasy 9 was another like I
Yep.
missed out on that era like a lot. But The World Is Not Enough was one where I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I played that one. I think I played that on 64."
I played more of that one in 64.
Yeah. Um and remember that being kind of good. There was one that I was like there were a few
I love
um
the PlayStation Quickies and Batman Beyond Return of the Joker didn't even get a 1.
point 0.5. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that one real quick. I'm gonna
That's
read that one.
it's on one.
Holy Bat Droppings Batman. This is without a doubt the most atrocious release of 2000. Just to give you an idea of how terrible this game truly is, it makes Titus's Superman look somewhat decent. Every inch of this title is revolting. Whoever made the decision to release this game must be blind. If you're collecting for the worst games ever made, here's another heap of guano for your library. Yeah. Um, I can agree. This game sucks. I've gone back to try and play like a lot of the DC stuff. This is a tough one to go back to. It is. I don't know if it's worse than Superman.
I
I
only
think
played a very
Superman's.
little bit of it.
Yeah, they're all bad. Um, but like, there's a couple reviews in here. The next page over.
Oh yeah, there's Shenmue here
Um,
too.
Tornico, The Lost Hope. and Eternal Eyes are both on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And what stood out to me is Tornico gets a 2.75, and it doesn't sound like the game is bad. It just sounds like the game is dated design and they just didn't want that in 2000. And same thing if you look at the second opinion for Eternal Eyes. This looks dope. Like I think this game looks sick. But the second opinion is like this would have been cool 5 years ago. But now it's like and it's like, man,
How the times have changed. No, but I think like now we've plateaued. Like honestly, yeah, you can get all the pixels and those like really crisp like particle effects and whatever, but like this was the time where we're jumping from PlayStation to PlayStation 2. Did you just see those cars on that Gran Turismo
yeah.
3? Like we're seeing massive jumps, and it's kind of weird to see it go backwards in a way, which is why I
Yeah.
think Symphony of the Night was so underrated for its time because it went
Oh yeah,
backwards.
nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we doing a 2D game? This is stupid. Couple more quick hits on this one. They have a cheats section. Did you find any cheats that you didn't know? Like,
Well, one
I
a
think I
ton,
phrased this weirdly. Huh?
a ton, but sure, you go ahead.
Was there a cheat that you found where you were like, I had no idea you could do that in that game? Because the
Well,
one for me was Spider-Man, where if you type in a bad word when you're entering a password,
oh, I saw that.
instead
I did
of
not know that.
yeah, Spider-Man will come in and he'll just say something not bad. He'll say a nice word instead.
Yeah, I mean, so like in our little scavenger hunt, you said for a game you didn't know existed. So, I mean, I knew some of them. I knew, right? Um, like I knew the Mario Tennis stuff for N64, I believe.
Oh, to like unlock the cups.
Yeah. Um, and then next page. What was like the next? There was something. Maybe there was less I knew then. Sorry, I thought there was more stuff I knew unless I'm missing a page here. No, well no, I knew some of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 stuff. Not like knew it like, but like I remember I have put that stuff in before. Um,
Yeah.
but no, you said for a game I never heard of, and I gotta find it again. I think it's in the Game Shark section. Nope, it's not. Where is it? Shit, this is where I messed up and I didn't write page numbers. Anyway, it was for a game called Hogs of War.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. I found it. It's on 155 physically, right underneath the Tony Hawk stuff. It was just enter all these interesting cheats as players' names, and it's like Team Lard. You got Marty Pigs, all movies, Priam Pigs, and then extra CG, Wad of Pork. Like, one never heard of this game, but they go in on the hogs.
Yeah, they really wanted to ham it up
And
for
maybe it's my
the
affinity for wild hogs that's like coming out of me right now.
my affinity for wild hogs is a statement no one has ever made. Oh man. Yeah, that's good. I miss cheats in video games.
I do too.
Shovel Knight did them. They brought them back. They tried to. They put a lot in there. There were like a lot of weird secret ones and stuff like that. Last thing we had on our scavenger hunt was find a game from the list, which we've already called out a couple. I don't know if I found them all. Like I don't know if I found every instance of a game
Oh, I'm sure I
referenced on the
haven't.
list,
They
but
have an index at the beginning that mentions all the games, right? It's like
oh
on
yeah, you're
page
right.
one.
We should
Because I
check
thought about
there.
cheating and looking at that, but I decided,
No, that's not a bad idea. We should do that.
oh shoot, I don't. Yeah, game index is on page 6.
Yep.
I'm just gonna
The ones
assume.
I found were No Mercy, Jet Grind Radio, um, Pokemon Gold, and then I didn't write it down, but there was one we talked about earlier that I forgot to write down. Well, I'm sure one, Maybe not. None of these Resident Evils are referenced that we have, so there's that.
Oh yeah. Space Channel. So I had listed Space Channel 5 in the action
Turn
figures
back.
because I thought it was cool to see
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I did not take note of that one. Um, that might be it.
And then the other thing I did note, it was just I thought it was weird where I was flipping and then there's a Pokemon Go review. And it's like not mentioned anywhere else because it's foreshadowed by the cover story and Final Fantasy 9
I know.
and
Yeah,
the wrestling
it
games
like
to a degree.
yeah, and there's like so much Final Fantasy 9, but the only call out they have on the cover is that there's a walkthrough inside. But they like review it. There's a whole breakdown of it. Um,
Oh, never mind. It is on the cover. I'm sorry. Pokemon Gold and Silver, right there. My bad.
oh yeah.
But that's for their again. They're calling that their strategy guide, not the review.
Right, yeah. Which it's in there, but yeah, also reviewed. Um, I don't know. Did you have fun going through this one?
I did. I did. I
There's a
didn't realize how
different, yeah,
long this was. I think I would have spent. I would have spent more time. I think going through this, reading more of the articles, because I did a lot of like looking for stuff I was interested in, and then reading those, and not like a lot, like a ton of it. But yeah, this was fun to go back to a little blast from the past. Just all the obscure
yeah,
games, just the obscure games, and just the print of the time that is in video games.
yeah. I mean, it's been going back through old video game magazines that's created and shaped some of the stuff that I've added to the list over the last few years. So it's definitely, I like this pastime. I like going back to see what we were doing, see how much things have changed, not changed, uh, should maybe return to. Um, yeah. A couple closing notes. You should go check out GameInformer.com. And if you want physical magazines, you should sign up for them. I think they also have a digital subscription too if you don't want one in the mail. But it's fun getting stuff in the mail, man. From the mailman.
I might switch to a digital subscription next year. We'll see.
I hear you. Yeah. It is definitely like I'm overstuffed in that thing. I have a bin that I rotate stuff out of and put into a bin and put into storage, and then every couple months I go through and rotate what's live. Um, Also, the H3O PS2 controller surfboard attachment is currently on eBay for $127.49.
Holy shit! Is it
So it's a surfboard, and then on the bottom of it, there's two like it's so stupid. Like it's just two rubber cups that you can just push down over top of the
okay?
sticks.
Yep.
So yeah, you could just do this if you wanted to do this. Um, but yeah, this is just for the surfboard. Does not include the game. Buyer beware.
That is
And it's used.
insane.
I know. I kind of want it. About
Now I don't.
that. I didn't know the game came out.
Well, good news for you, the game is dirt cheap. So
Yeah, I'm seeing it. There's a right up here from Kotaku that says released 19 years ago. Surfing H3O is Rockstar's worst video game.
there it is.
This is yeah, 2019. Yeah, not a good time. Um, but this was a good time. I like reading old magazines. You should read old magazines. Uh, Online, in person, however you can find them. You should read them, and you should buy new magazines as well because it's fun having physical stuff. Get off your phone for a bit. You know what I mean? Not you, Matt, but everybody,
I
including
knew
you,
what you were
Matt.
throwing down.
Yeah, it's good to do that from time to time. It's also good to close out seasons of podcasts, which is exactly what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. So come back next Monday for part one of our two-part finale. One week we'll be going over sort of the year in the podcast. We'll look at season 13, the games we played, talk about highlights, lowlights, everything in between. And then the other episode, we'll look at the other stuff, everything we played that wasn't on the podcast, some of the headlines from the year, etc. And then we'll close out before kicking everything back off first week of January for season 14. Until then, thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, viewer, watcher, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy magazines. We'll see you next time. Bye.